What's up, Gamer Nation? This is your boy Heretic, bringing you a kick-ass review. Like I said, I will be putting content on my channel that's both fun and educational. Gameplay clips, walkthroughs, pro tips, reviews, previews, information on the industry and whatnot. So yeah, here's where we're gonna start. Rainbow Six Siege, brought to you by Ubisoft. Yes, that Ubisoft. Basically, I like to review games that are both indie and AAA games. This isn't a AAA game, by the way. I like to review games by bigger publishers such as Ubisoft because they have the talent and resources to make great games, but sometimes they just choose not to for the sake of cutting costs or whatnot. They sacrifice quality for profit sometimes. So is that the case with Rainbow Six Siege? Kind of, but it's still a good game, and let me tell you why. The game has 3 modes, right? Situations, terrorist hunt, and your traditional multiplayer. So, starting off with situations. This is a pretty throwaway mode. You know, a couple rounds into it, you're gonna get tired of it and hop on to multiplayer. This mode basically shows you the basics of how the game works. There are tutorial videos in the menus for you to look at, but situations gives you a good feel for some of the characters and some of the ways, some of the basics like attacking and defending. And there's nothing much really to this. Like I said, you will get bored after the first couple levels and put it down. But the only saving grace for this mode is the last situation, which is called Article 5. And going into this last mission of situations, it can be pretty jarring because this particular mission has cinematics, which is an intro cutscene and an outro cutscene after the mission. And what this is Ubisoft pretending like they did some hard work, because there is no campaign, there is no story, there are no characters, there are no plot lines, there are no set piece action moments in this game at all, except for this one mission with the cutscenes. It takes place during a college campus attack in which the terrorists, they besiege this college campus to teach us Americans a lesson. And yeah, the cutscene is basically sad and sappy. They try to put some emotion into this one mission, even though the situations did not have this. They try to make it something personal and something emotional for the player to connect with, but it just fails and it comes off as lazy and last minute shoehorning in just to give it the game some personality and some stakes to to think over, I guess. But yeah, the whole thing just comes off as lazy and just cobbled together, and it's just a really sad excuse that a gaming publisher such as Ubisoft cannot give us a campaign, a 6-hour campaign at least, or maybe even a 5-hour campaign. Like Rainbow Six Vegas or Vegas 2. I mean, what happened to that? Why did they cut that out? I mean, I think the answer's obvious. But as for situations, yeah, you'll play it for 10 minutes or so, and then you'll get bored unless you want to see that one mission with those cutscenes. The next mode would be terrorist hunt, and this mode is even worse because there's no innovation in it. It's just wave-based mode. You defend the hostage from X amount of waves, period. That's it. No, I'm serious, that's it. It's just a wave-based mode. You can play with friends, but it just feels like another thrown-in mode just so that there can be something extra to click on the main menu to make you think there's something else. But it's just a wave-based mode, and it seems like another excuse to throw an in-your-face action moments that are faster than the traditional multiplayer segments, which are slower. It just feels like a cheap way to throw in some easy action, without actually doing any work, because they're using the same maps, they're using the same enemies. And as for the enemy AI, it's pretty strong in my opinion. If you go to realistic settings, they do the exact same things as players can do, but the one major flaw in their logic is there's more of them, so they get reckless and rush your position, which a normal human player wouldn't do, which would make them kind of dumber. It's a pretty oxymoron situation, but yeah, enemies do not have any fear, and that's a big flaw in the logic. But they are advanced. They will kick your ass if you're not paying attention. And like I said, it's cheap, dumb, mindless action for terrorist hunt and situations. At least situations had better pacing. Moving on to the multiplayer mode. At last, because this is the meat of the game. This is where most of your money, you'll get your money's worth. Basically, like I said, it's an attack and defend over 10 or so maps. I forget the number, but each of these maps are unique. They are pretty badass in my opinion. They feel authentic. There are a lot of twists and turns to get lost in, and there are two teams, one attacking, one defending, and the amount of operators that you can use with their preset classes and gadgets are pretty extensive. They have a lot of depth on top of the core gameplay mechanics. There's a lot of gadgets to use for attacking and defending, such as C4 for the defenders, and attackers, they get breach charges and whatnot. It's very complex. You will be experimenting for hours, and that's a good sign of a game with depth. For a game that lacks content, such as a decent co-op or a campaign with a story, for that fact. But you will be experimenting for hours. You will love it. You will have some bad games and you will have some good games. In casual mode, it's unlocked instantly. You will get placed with some noob teams, to be honest. But if you have at least one friend with a mic who you know how to coordinate with, you will have some solid matches, because this game is not based around Twitch. It is based around skill. And if you have, say, 2 guys in a party that with a mic and 3 noobs on one team, but y'all know how to coordinate, you can easily outmatch the other team with 5 randoms, And yeah, this game is based around skill, because it's not based around who can aim down the sights the fastest, right? It's about positioning and knowing where the enemy is and scouting out areas before proceeding, or setting up your defenses in the right manner so that certain walls cannot be blown out. It is very, like I said, there's a lot of depth and there's a lot to experiment with, because you have to get used to the movement and the weight of your character, the feel of your guns, the sounds, the graphics. They're pretty on par for a so-called AAA game. Like I said, this is not a AAA game. Ubisoft will make you think that, but it's not. They're okay. They're not like The Witcher 3 or Metal Gear, but the sound, holy cow. If you have a good pair of headphones, the sound will blow you away. It's on par with, games like Battlefield. The guns sound so scary if you have your television turned up, because again, there's no regenerating health in this. It's one life, and if you waste that life, you are pretty much damning or putting your team at risk for losing. And in a competitive game, there are a lot of things to listen for. The sound of drones scooting around on the floor, barricades being set up, walls being punched out for holes to shoot you through. And that's another thing, is the destructibility. The destructibility is extensive in this game. You can't level like an entire building structure, but it's more precise than that. If you shoot it, you can shoot out holes. You can melee certain specific wooden planks in the windows, right? You can go upside down and shoot into rooms from outside of buildings. There's just a whole lot to experiment with, and you will get $60 worth out of this multiplayer mode. And as for ranked, it's the same as casual, but except that you get to, as the attackers, you get to choose which direction you get to attack the location from. from any side, and the defenders, you get to choose where the hostage is or where the bomb is, and it doesn't add that much in ranked, but you will get better quality players, and if you exit early during these ranked matches, you will be banned from the matchmaking for about 15 minutes or so, which helps against team killing and whatnot. And that's another thing about another negative about the multiplayer aspect is there will be trolls who kill you. There will be these little COD player kids who come over from Call of Duty or whatever they're playing nowadays, and they will sometimes wipe out your entire team, frustrating you to no end. But that problem is easily resolved by your teammates if they manage to put a bullet in his head, and the game will automatically kick him if it senses a team kill, which sometimes can be good, sometimes can be bad, because like I said, this is a hardcore game and there is friendly fire, and sometimes you will get kicked for accidentally killing your own teammates. But it is good for those fucking kids who just troll, and yeah, those are pretty much basically the cons. And one more con about the multiplayer aspect is the loading times. My god, this game is good for everything that it offers in terms of on the multiplayer side, but sometimes it doesn't seem worth it when you have to wait like 5 minutes for a ranked match. You'll be searching for like 2 minutes looking for one friendly player, and it takes sometimes even longer to get matched up with a group of 5 opposing players. The load times can either make or break this game sometimes, in my opinion, and they can be extremely frustrating, especially when the only good part of this game is this multiplayer mode. As for other aspects of the game, such as the features in terms of microtransactions, do not use the microtransactions. You will have to grind for some of these operators, but it's not that bad, trust me, especially if you're not just wasting away your renown, which is the credits used to unlock these operators. But just take a couple minutes to look at these cinematics for these operators and see how they work before just mindlessly throwing away your renown, which helps unlock these operators. And yeah, the microtransaction system is negligible. Don't use it. They even give you like a free booster, I'm guessing. I think, and I still haven't even used the boosters because I feel like I earn enough renown for every map that I do. So that's it for the microtransactions. As for the $30 season pass, they are promising some weapon skins and 8 operators with their own new gadgets, but these will be available to us, the non-season pass holders, barring the week's restriction time limit of exclusivity, right? But they will still be available to us, but we just have to play. We can still play for them for free, using our own skill with all the actions that we do in the multiplayer mode. They are also offering free maps for everybody, which is good, because as we learned in Killzone, it's the first time I saw the practice was in Killzone Shadowfall, where they offer the maps for free so that the community does not get split up, right? Which I think is great for all the gamers, because this is a great game, and there's only one more I have no idea why it takes so long to get matched up, but it would be even worse if everybody had some maps and another section of the community did not have these maps. It would just be a nightmare. Oh shit. So last but not least, it begs the question, I know this review came like a month later, so y'all probably made y'all's decision about the game, but like I said, this is just a test review for me. I do want to start reviewing games, but I still want to give you my opinion, because some of us can't get this footage or gameplay or get hands on the game until like after it comes out. I'll do my best to get like a midnight release or something for new games, so I can have my thoughts up like within the day, or so. But I still want to give you my opinion about the value that this game provides, the entertainment value, and everything like that. So is this game worth $60? At launch, no. It's probably as of January 9th, I believe, it should have dropped in price, but at 60 bucks, no, don't buy this game at 60 bucks. The only thing worth investing in is the multiplayer part of the game, right? That's where you will get many hours put in. It's the game sort of feels like Counter-Strike in the way, like an evolved version of Counter-Strike, more complex, more in your face, right? But the multiplayer part is the saving grace for this title. I think they will continue to improve on it because, you know, it's Rainbow Six. The name of the franchise is at stake, and if they don't maintain this game, it's just going to go downhill from there, and you know, people will not pre-order the future Rainbow Six titles. You know, I would recommend getting this game at like 40 bucks, you know, off Craigslist or Amazon or something. Not full price though. Do not buy this game full price. You wait for a price drop or something. I would say 40, maybe 50 bucks. You can, yeah, this game's worth picking up because, like I said, it's missing a lot of features, and I know some gamers don't care about, you know, single player modes or co-op modes, PvE modes. And of course they wouldn't care nowadays because developers don't put time and effort to make those modes good, you know, and that's their fault. They lack the they lack the time, and that's not that they lack it, it's just that they don't want to invest in it because they want to you know, save the resources for the meat of the game, which would be a multiplayer mode or something. Consequentially degrading the value of a single player mode, and therefore making players not want those modes anymore. So it's pretty much a deadly loop that I hope doesn't continue in gaming. But yeah, $40 for sure. It seems like the game is more quality than quantity for the most part, and I see this game, the structure of this game reminds me of a lot of games like Evolve or Titanfall, which completely does away with single player, or just gives us a half-assed version. But you know, if it's a strong competitive game, this game is competitive. There will be a lot of hardcore clans, I'm guessing. This game is really hardcore, and not for the faint of heart. Don't expect to go in here with fucking jetpacks and fucking laser guns, you know, like Call of Duty, because yeah, you're not going to get that. But this game is very entertaining. It is so complex, and I think it is worth owning, just not at full price. You know, we have to pressure Ubisoft to put in more content. You know, this seems very, you know, quality like, but more content, more work on single player, and more content on the features of the game. You know, like where's clan support, you know, those kind of features. And yeah, I give this game, like, if I were to rate it, I don't have a rating system yet, but if I were to rate it, it would probably be like a 8 out of 10, but like a strong 8 out of 10, you know, because the game has it, you know, it has potential, but it is not like the killer app, the AAA game that they want you to believe sometimes. You know, hopefully you can get your voice heard. You can comment on my video. You can comment on their videos. You know, you can go to their website, try to get a hold of the developers, because you know, this is Rainbow Six. We expect high quality every time, right? And this game is high quality. It's just that there could also be more, you know. Okay, that's it for my review, guys. Hopefully this helped y'all out in making an informed decision. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment if necessary. I would like some feedback on my videos, if you don't mind. You know, anything to help me out. I'm still working on the editing process. I just invested in a new microphone for just to get these videos out. I just want the best quality for my videos, and any feedback would be helpful. Basically, now I'm just working on my editing skills, and I'm working on getting new content out to you guys. So be on the lookout for that, okay? It would really help me. So that's my review, and I'll see you guys next time.